When I was a student at Tennessee Temple University, I was a member there at Highland Park Baptist Church, and Dr. Lee Robertson was the pastor at that time, and his portrait is hanging in our Christian Hall of Fame over here in the South Hallway. But I heard him preach many, many times throughout the years, and I remember him often saying, 3 to thrive. 3 to thrive. Now, many of you may have never heard that statement before, but 3 to thrive in his mind meant that every Christian ought to be in church at least 3 times a week. And he was talking about Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night. And boy, we heard that preached to us over and over and over again. Yet in our day and time, and we've done the research here at our church, we consider a church member who attends 3 times a month to be pretty faithful and committed. Forget 3 times a week, 3 times a month is maybe a stretch at times for some members. How much time are you willing to sacrifice to be in church and to serve in your church? To the church at Galatia, the Apostle Paul wrote these words, "But by love serve one another." With love, we are supposed to be serving each other. Again, let me emphasize that Paul is writing to a local church. So this statement, "but by love serve one another," should be understood in the local church context. We should be looking for ways to sacrificially give of our time to be a blessing to others here at Canton Baptist Temple. Each generation has got to see the importance of investing time in serving the next generation. And then that cycle has to repeat itself over and over again in every generation. So I'm asking this generation to rise to the occasion. Pick up the slack. Let's be Christians who embrace an attitude of sacrifice. And if we have an attitude of sacrifice, then we will have actions of sacrifice, because the way you think affects the way that you live. So, this morning I leave you with this challenge. I have 2 more attitudes that I'm going to talk about over the next few weeks. But today the question is, will you embrace an attitude of unity, and will you embrace an attitude of sacrifice? It's important for the stability of our church today and for the future of our church that we embrace those 2 attitudes. Attitude of unity, attitude of sacrifice. I wonder how many of you today would forsake that notion that church is all about you and realize that it's all about the Lord Jesus and it's all about ministering to other people. You will be a happier Christian when you discover that church is not all about you. There is joy in sacrifice. You say, I don't think I'd like to be a sacrificial Christian. You'd be surprised how much joy there is in giving. Christ said it's more blessed to what? Give than to receive. If you've not learned the spiritual discipline of giving and sacrificially ministering to other people, you haven't lived yet. There's joy in giving of our finances. There's joy in giving of our time and serving others. Let's rise to the occasion and let's be the church that God has called us to be.